In a world increasingly defined by technological advancement and environmental awareness, a startling revelation has emerged from the unlikeliest of places: the humble dishwasher. A recent study has illuminated an alarming truth: that the very machines we rely on to clean our plates and cutlery may be quietly polluting the planet with microplastics, tiny fragments of plastic that are now found in everything from bottled water to human blood. The implications of this discovery ripple far beyond the kitchen, touching on public health, global ecosystems, and the urgent need for sustainable living. The research, conducted by scientists at one of the leading universities in environmental science, has revealed that dishwashers are not just cleaning our dishes, they are also releasing millions of microscopic plastic particles into the environment with every cycle. These particles, too small to see with the naked eye, can escape through wastewater systems and eventually find their way into rivers, oceans, and even drinking water supplies. This means that the convenience of modern appliances may come at a cost we are only beginning to understand. To grasp the full gravity of the situation, it's important to understand what microplastics are and why they matter. Microplastics are defined as pieces of plastic less than 5 millimeters in size. They originate from a variety of sources, including the breakdown of larger plastic items, synthetic textiles, and industrial processes. Over time, these plastics break down into smaller and smaller fragments due to exposure to sunlight, mechanical stress, and chemical reactions. Unlike organic materials, plastics do not biodegrade. Instead, they fragment into ever smaller pieces that persist in the environment for centuries. The presence of microplastics is no longer confined to remote beaches or deep ocean trenches. They have infiltrated nearly every corner of the Earth, from mountain peaks to polar ice caps. More disturbingly, they are now being detected inside the human body. Recent studies have confirmed the presence of microplastics in human stool samples, lung tissue, and even amniotic fluid. The long-term health effects of ingesting or inhaling these particles remain largely unknown, but early research suggests potential links to inflammation, immune system disruption, and even cancer. The dishwasher, once seen as a symbol of domestic efficiency, has now become a surprising contributor to this growing crisis. When plastic containers and utensils are subjected to the high temperatures and aggressive cleaning cycles of a dishwasher, they begin to shed microscopic plastic particles. These particles are so small that they pass through conventional water treatment systems and enter natural waterways. Once there, they pose a threat to aquatic life and can accumulate up the food chain, eventually reaching humans who consume contaminated seafood or drink water laced with microplastics. What makes this issue particularly concerning is the sheer volume of microplastics being released. In a single typical dishwasher cycle, hundreds of thousands of micro and nanoplastics are generated. Multiply that by the millions of households around the world that use dishwashers daily, and the scale of the problem becomes staggering. While the contribution of dishwashers may seem minor compared to other sources of plastic pollution such as single-use packaging or industrial waste, it is part of a broader pattern of everyday activities that collectively contribute to the microplastic crisis. The findings of the study have sparked both concern and curiosity among scientists and the public alike. It challenges the assumption that our homes are separate from the environment, that the things we do in our kitchens don't have consequences beyond our walls. Instead, it reveals how deeply interconnected our lives are with the natural world, and how even the most mundane actions can leave a lasting impact. One of the most striking aspects of the research is the realization that the materials we choose for our household items play a significant role in the amount of microplastics we generate. For example, plastic containers made from certain types of polymers are more prone to shedding particles under heat and pressure. This means that simply changing the type of plastic used in kitchenware could reduce the number of microplastics released during dishwashing. Similarly, using glass, ceramic, or wood instead of plastic can eliminate the risk entirely. The study also highlights the importance of temperature and mechanical force in the release of microplastics. Higher water temperatures and the use of harsh detergents appear to accelerate the degradation of plastic surfaces, causing them to break down more quickly. This suggests that adjusting washing conditions, such as lowering the temperature or avoiding the use of intense rinse cycles, could significantly reduce the amount of microplastics produced. Hand-washing plastic items, while perhaps less convenient, is another viable alternative that minimizes the environmental impact. Beyond the kitchen, the issue of microplastics extends to other areas of daily life. Clothing made from synthetic fibers like polyester and nylon is another major source of microplastic pollution. Every time these fabrics are washed, they shed tiny plastic fibers that escape into the water supply. This means that the clothes we wear, the detergent we use, and the frequency with which we wash them all contribute to the growing microplastic burden on the planet. The cumulative effect of these everyday choices is profound. Consider the average person's day. They might eat food stored in plastic containers, drink water from plastic bottles, wear synthetic clothing, and use plastic utensils throughout the day. Each of these actions, when multiplied across billions of people worldwide, contributes to a vast and invisible network of microplastic production and dispersion. It is a silent epidemic, driven not by a single source but by countless small interactions between humans and the materials we use. Addressing the microplastic crisis requires a multifaceted approach that includes both individual responsibility and systemic change. On a personal level, making informed choices about the products we use can help reduce our own contribution to the problem. Opting for reusable, non-plastic alternatives whenever possible, choosing natural fibers over synthetic ones, and being mindful of how we clean and care for our belongings are all steps in the right direction. At the same time, industry and policy must play a critical role in addressing the root causes of microplastic pollution. Manufacturers have the power to innovate and develop materials that are more resistant to degradation, reducing the likelihood of microplastic shedding during normal use. Governments can implement regulations that encourage the production and use of environmentally friendly materials and support the development of filtration technologies that capture microplastics before they enter water systems. Education and awareness are also essential components of the solution. Many people are unaware of the extent of the microplastic problem or the ways in which their daily habits contribute to it. By raising public consciousness through media campaigns, school curricula, and community initiatives, we can foster a culture of sustainability that values long-term environmental health over short-term convenience. The scientific community continues to explore the full scope of the microplastic crisis and its potential impacts on human health and the environment. Researchers are working to better understand the mechanisms by which microplastics affect biological systems, the pathways through which they spread, and the most effective strategies for mitigating their effects. As new information emerges, it will be crucial to adapt our approaches and policies accordingly, ensuring that we stay ahead of the problem rather than reacting to it after the damage has been done. Ultimately, the discovery of microplastics in dishwashers serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. Our actions, no matter how small, have consequences that extend far beyond our immediate surroundings. The next time you load your dishwasher, take a moment to consider what lies beneath the surface, not just the suds and steam, but the invisible particles that may be quietly making their way into the world around us. By becoming more aware of these hidden connections, we can begin to make choices that protect both our planet and our future. So, the next time you reach for that plastic container or toss your clothes into the washer, remember, every action leaves a trace. The world is full of invisible connections, and even the smallest choices can ripple outward in ways we're only beginning to understand. Microplastics may be tiny, but their impact is anything but small. They're in our water, our food, our air, and now, thanks to this eye-opening research, we know they might even be coming from our own kitchens. It's a call to pause, reflect, and rethink how we live. Because the future of our planet depends not just on grand solutions, but on the everyday decisions we make, at home, in our wardrobes, and in the way we choose to live. If you found this video informative and want to stay up to date with more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And if you believe others should see this too, share it with someone who cares about the environment. Thanks for watching.